This team brought me to Veteran with a very nice win streak, and that happened pretty early after I started using it. We're gonna use today a double dragon strategy on that heavily steel and fairy typed meta of Fantasy Cup, and of course up in front we're gonna have Ferrothorn. So this is looking like a very promising team because we got the amazing Ferrothorn to wall down all those Azumarils, while all we have to do with this line is to aggressively switch in there with our Flygon, draw out the Azumaril, try to finish it off either with Flygon with back-to-back Scorching Suns and the debuffs, or just with Ferrothorn, and then our Equator, the equalizer of this team, Turtonator, will just destroy down whatever remains at the back, and that is for sure. So this team is gonna struggle a lot against Tapu Fini and Azumarill backlines, but besides that you will find no other weaknesses if you can play this team correctly. And of course, as always, I have over here the very bad leads, the worst leads that you can get with this team, so stay tuned till the end, you definitely do not want to miss those. So here comes now out of nowhere a Steel type, and now they also have the Escavalier, which was their lead Pokemon. If you didn't know, yeah, Escavalier is a very bad one for our Ferrothorn, but still we got Flash Cannon for some nice not neutral damage, since it is not very effective, but look at that, absolutely impressive. Now Turtonator returns, we can easily farm down, and the Stunfisk will just fall down in a simple overheat. Down they go, let's get the trainers and start off the video in a positive vibe. Another Escavalier, this time we have to switch out immediately to our Flygon. They have the Azumarill at the back, and guess what, trainers, we're coming in pretty hot with those Scorching Suns. Flygon is just gonna dominate here with those shields up, so we're just gonna take advantage of that and try to flip around that very bad lead that we have. So this is why I enjoy using Flygon on my team. Not only can bait out that Azumarill, but also can have a chance at beating down that Pokemon, which is pretty awesome. Baiting and beating the same Pokemon, absolutely amazing. Now Escavalier coming in, and all we have to do here is to reach one final Earth Power, excuse me, Scorching Suns, because I used to have Earth Power on my Flygon, but I decided to get rid of it since I wanted to have some extra coverage with that debuff from our Scorching Suns. So at this point we're just gonna take the super effective move. At first I was kinda worried, but then I saw that we can easily manage it. And now at the back they have a Whimsicott, which is kind of an overkill for them, because we can absolutely go ahead, grab the shield with the overheat, and then have the amazing upper hand with a simple Flash Cannon. Are you kidding me? This Pokemon is absolutely amazing. And as you can see over here, I have horrible IVs both for my Turtonator and the Ferrothorn, so if you have better IVs, this team can work much better as well. So at this point now we're gonna focus into the next battle with another bad lead, this time against the Focus Blaster and the Metal Trash Can. So immediately getting out of there as usual to our Flygon, and guess what? An Azumarill pops out of nowhere. So by blocking here the first move, we managed to get our hands on that Scorching Suns, which is absolutely great, and we can get the debuff as well. So another move is coming up, this time this will bring the Azumarill pretty low, and perhaps I need to block here because I can easily farm down, and since I know that they have Red Steel, perhaps they have no other counter to my Flygon here with the Azumarill out of the way. I was completely wrong, they end up having a Pokemon like this Skarmory, and because Ferrothorn can learn the move Thunder, I'm just gonna bring it into the battle. Instead, of course, I'm not gonna throw Thunder here, just gonna go for the Flash Cannon and get that crucial double Scorching Suns on that Red Steel to try and finish it off, while my Turtonator might actually be on a very good spot to destroy down whatever remains from that Skarmory. Down they go with one single Scorching Suns, which is pretty great. And I'm gonna get to one more, and all we have to do at this point is to go ahead and completely farm down. I'm not gonna throw any energy here, not gonna risk it for the beast. Here comes now another Sky Attack, we can easily survive that, and right after we can farm down with our Flygon. Yes, trainers, here it is, absolutely insane. Let's get it and let's focus now into the next battle. Red Steel once again, and all we have to do as always is to retreat to our Flygon, and we're gonna be just fine here because those Scorching Suns are just gonna be amazing against that Steel typing. Now they go out to their Escavalier, which is also pretty great, since now we can easily avoid that much matchup with our Ferrothorn, and instead we can grab a few shields in the process with those Scorching Suns. Gonna let that move go through, but they end up going for the bait. Are you kidding me? We can definitely take advantage of that. Another Scorching Suns is coming up, and now they are definitely in a pickle. Instead of throwing in there my Equator, I'm gonna go in with my Ferrothorn because I realize that they still have that red steel and I want them to make them throw the remaining energy that they have. So now my Detonator goes in and we can easily farm down by spending only one shield instead of two. This is the acid spray, that makes a lot of sense. Haxorus now, I could easily go here for the overfarm, but for some reason I threw anyways. Dragon Pulse on that red steel, and if we can block here, perhaps we can still get our hands on that Dragon Pulse, and yes, trainers, we can. So this is gonna deal lethal damage, I believe, to the Glassy Dragon type Pokemon, and we can get yet another huge victory. Into the next battle now, and we're having the Ferrothorn against Flygon. So this is kinda bad, okay? Because those Scorching Suns are just gonna outspeed us as always. They can always win the CMPs and absolutely wreak havoc on our defenses with our Ferrothorn. Even with better IVs, you are still gonna get two-shotted on this individual matchup. Doesn't matter now, my Flygon is about to return to the battle after we get a shield from their side, and since this is a CMP, we're looking kinda promising with our Flygon on our team. So they're getting super low here, and I have a feeling that I have to go for the complete farm down and those mud shots, and to do so we need to protect our Flygon even more. So we were right, trainers, they are severely weak to our ground types and of course to our fires at the same time, since we have the Detonator still waiting hidden at the back. Scorching Suns now to finish off that red steel, they need to block. Focus Blast now, and we can absolutely survive that. Now our Detonator can easily farm down here. Even if they reach to a move, we can absolutely survive it without breaking a sweat. And now let's see what they might be having at the back. Since they still have that next Pokemon, the Flygon severely hurt, I was expecting the switch here, and with that in mind we can still farm down, so they will eventually back out since their final Pokemon is just gonna be a Mawile. Into the next battle now, and we're having Flygon up in front with our Ferrothorn. So you know what, this is kinda promising because this time they have a Shadow on that Pokemon. Now switching out to my what is it, a Flygon of my own. Yeah, I totally forgot about it for a moment. I was about to say a Bugfly or whatever, and of course right after we have that Rock Slide coming in from that Starfish trying to bait our shields. We're not gonna fall for that trainer. Instead, we're gonna answer back at you with a heavy hitting Scorching Suns. With that extra energy now that we have on our Flygon, we can still push that opposing Flygon in doing some critical mistakes, and of course right here we're gonna fall short to that next Roundclaw. Now they have a red steel at the back, and guess what, trainers? We got the Detonator coming in as a special force. So the Zap Cannon is not gonna do much, the Focus Blast the same, but all we have to do here is to respect the damage from those nukes and absolutely deal lethal damage with a simple overhit. They're just gonna fall down, nothing to do here. Detonator with a heavy wall, and now let's move forward into the final one, trainers, and right after this we manage to reach the veteran rank. Magnezone is always tricky because of how neutral it can be. We both exchange not very effective moves, but still those moves are gonna be extremely strong, so we are both at that two-shot scenario, and eventually they can still pull off the win if they want to. Now we're both trying to catch on our dragon types, and Flygon is gonna have here the upper hand, able to outspeed to the Scorching Suns for the one, so down goes Dragalge. Hello Dragalge, goodbye Dragalge, and after that we're gonna see an Azumarill at the freaking back as their third Pokemon. Another Scorching Suns is imminent. We also have the shield advantage, nothing can go wrong here because now our Pop Thorn is gonna go in, and we can definitely one-shot down the Azumarill without breaking a sweat. Power Whip is coming up, look at the damage output, switching out to the Magnezone, but we have the Detonator, which can absolutely come in clutch here, able to completely farm down without spending a sweat, a mom spaghetti, whatever you want to call it, and we're just gonna take this victory eventually. So yeah, Incinerate damage is absolutely insane this season. So that is gonna be all for today, trainers. Thank you for watching and for staying till the end. Just just be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Over here you're gonna see in a while that I have reached veteran, which is pretty great, and also right after you are gonna come across my next two videos that might be of interest to you, so feel free to check them out if you want to, and I will catch you up later into the next one.